Hello. How are you? Tasha checking in with another video. And this is going to be none other than our weekly lunchtime language video, which is going to entail our current events and hot topics. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Okay? All right, y'all. Let me get my notes. I hope y'all are having a great and happy Wednesday. And yeah, let's get into these topics, y'all. So I do this each and every week. And what it is that, what's up, Yuli? Hey, girl, hey. I do this each and every week. I talk about hot topics and current events. I sound off about it, and I let you all sound off about it in the comments. Okay, what's up, Kelly Dixon? Welcome to the live. It's been a stressful week. This right. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on. Shout out to my replay gang. Make sure y'all liking this video and making sure you are subscribing to the Redefine Me channel. When you subscribe, make sure your notification button is on so you can know when it is I'm going to go live. All right, y'all. Let's breathe. Let's kick off these hot topics, okay? First up, I did not want to come out the bag with this hot topic first. Excuse me, y'all. Let me move my chair. But I'm going to talk about it in the order that I wrote them down and received them. Okay, so multiple people were killed in a crowd crash at the world's largest religious gathering in India early Wednesday. So I think this happened last week, okay? The report said tens of millions went to bathe in a river on one of the most sacred days of a Hindu festival, okay? As they were walking toward this river to take their sacred cleanse in the river, a barrier broke and the riverbanks broke. I'm sorry. Local hospitals are recording that 35 bodies have been received as far as deaths, and 20 people have been treated for minor injuries, okay? So they have not even released the death toll of that incident, but it is continuing to rise. And so, Lord, we are praying for those people over there that did suffer that tragedy. That is an unfortunate event. Imagine you're going on this sacred day in your religion and in your culture, and the riverbanks break, and then people end up dying from that. And so that's just a horrific situation. We're definitely praying for all of the individuals that was involved over there in India, and yeah, that was just really, really sad, really, really sad, y'all. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. All right, President Trump. President Trump cracks down on immigration raids across the country, okay? The total arrest of raids. This is what has happened. The total arrest has been 3,104 within the last 3 days and 4,500 since last Thursday, okay? Now, a lot of people are saying, Trump is up here targeting these people. This is messed up. Hold on, Yuli, what you say? I want to say this. My Latinos am mad at y'all because that warnings throughout his entire campaign, and y'all still went on and voted. Now ICE is running like crazy. My entire neighborhood is scared. Yeah, ICE was here in the hood. Yeah, ICE is not playing. Trump is not playing. He told y'all what he was going to do, okay? So nobody should be surprised at this. However, let's dive into this story, okay? Nobody should be surprised. Now, people are talking about how horrible Trump is. However, did you all know? And I ain't saying this to pick sides or anything like that. What's up? Hi from Iran. Welcome to the live. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I ain't picking sides, right? But let's talk about this. So Biden last year, I don't know if y'all knew this, deported more than 271,000 people. Okay, and that is the largest deportation since 2014. Okay, now I don't know if people know that. People are hating on Trump real big. However, Biden last year slid that under the rug and deported 271,000 people last year. I didn't even know that until I did the research, okay? What's up? What's up, there? Yes, I'm having an amazing day. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to make your acquaintance as well. And so you gotta look at, see, when people don't like you, no matter what you do, they're going to have something to say. And I think that is what's going on with the whole Trump thing. Hello from Morocco. Thank you. I love you too in the love of the Lord. So people are going to have something to say, right? But let's get into it. So the president is deporting, this is who he's deporting right now, okay? Undocumented immigrants with criminal histories, okay? Now, people who are here illegally that are committing crimes and that are doing heinous crimes, he is definitely deporting those individuals, right? However, for now, it is going to get kicked up to regular smuggler, everyday people. Now, a White House representative came out and they asked her, how many of the people that he is actually deporting has committed crimes. And she came out and said something that was pretty, that made me think. Okay. Thank you so much for the compliment. And I'm saying Toma because y'all was told. Toma means I told you so. Yeah, they were told. And so she came out, the White House spokesperson representative said something that was quite interesting. Because oh my gosh, it's escaping me. A reporter in the crowd asked her, how many of these people do you think are criminal? How many people do you think are criminal? And she said all of them. She said the law of our land is that you have to be a citizen. You have to go to the proper protocol in order to remain in the U.S. and to be a citizen of the U.S. If you came here illegally under false pretenses, then that is a crime. And she is correct. I know some very beautiful people, and we're not, and a lot of people want to hone in on the Mexican community, the Hispanic community, the Latina community. They're not the only ones that are here illegally. There are a lot of Asian community that are here illegally, Indian community that are here, what is it? Haitians that are here illegally. So there are a lot of different people, okay? So I know that there are people who have built lives here, who have had children here, who are doing well for themselves here. However, you have to understand that we have laws in this land. And just because the laws have been taken advantage of for so long, that does not mean that they're not still the laws. Caucasian from Europe. Yeah, Caucasians are from Europe. Absolutely. So if you think about it, we are all foreigners to this land, right? However, if you were born in the U.S., you are deemed as a U.S. citizen. Okay. And so a lot of people are just big, really mad, very emotional at Trump's deportation and the things that he's doing. However, there are laws in place that have to be followed. Just because the last administration and maybe the administration before that did not crack down heavily on these people who are here illegally does not mean it's okay. Like, you can't go out here and kill someone, unalive someone, or grape someone, and then think that you're just not going to be penalized for it because you're a good person. No, you committed a crime. If you committed that crime back 20 years ago and you never got caught and they finally found you, you might have to pay for that. So we can't pick and choose where we want the law to be executed. Now, on one hand, people are saying, well, how he going to enforce that when he himself is a felon? I get that. I get all of that. However, the fact that he's a felon does not combat the fact that he is now the president and he has to execute the laws of the land. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't throw tomatoes at your girl. I'm just the messenger. But let's get into it. So the raids, y'all, they are happening in the following states: Florida, New Jersey, Colorado, and Texas. Now, this is so far. Now, California has not reported any raids. However, I think that they're kind of giving them a break because of the wildfires and everything that has happened. Hey, Rami, how are you? Welcome to the live. So I think they're kind of giving them a break, but it's happening in NYC too. Okay. So they are, making their rounds around the U.S. And the unfortunate thing is that I do have a heart for people that have been here for a period of time, who has built their lives here. However, like I said before, the U.S. do have rules and laws. And I think the issue is that we have been so long allowing people to come here and be in the land of the free, right? And because of that, that has caused us a lot of issues. It has caused us a lot of debt that we're currently in the U.S. It has caused us a lot of crime that we're suffering here in the U.S. Even though U.S. citizens do commit crimes too, but it has just caused us a lot of things, right? The day before yesterday, we had a raid in Duckman Street. Oh wow, 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 wow. I'm doing great, Rami. So yeah, I mean, it's happening. I mean, he said what he was going to do. The one thing that I can respect about Trump is that he is getting to work and saying and doing everything that he said he was going to do. Talk is not cheap to this man. He actually is doing what he said he was going to do on his campaign, and I think that's why he did win, because people believed him and in large was in support of a lot of things that he was doing. I don't agree with the way and some of the in the way in which he's doing some of these things. I think it's a little too aggressive. I think it has to be planned out properly. But however, I mean, he said he's going to do it, and so he's executing these things. And so all we can say is that I'm definitely praying for the people that have to go back to their countries that may not have been there for some time and may have to build and find out how to do life in their native land. Thank you for the compliment, Rami. Who will do their jobs, and let's be honest, most of us won't do them. I think that's an excuse, Yuli, and I would say this because there are a lot of people out here that I think that's something that the media and that has been a talk amongst human beings and the people and the masses in the US, that people won't do their said jobs. I think that's an excuse because I think there are people that very well will do some of those jobs if given the opportunity. I think these companies are crooked because I think that they have been taking advantage of undocumented immigrants because they have been paying them under the table, not having to give them proper health insurance, 401k, things like that, that most American citizens would require, right? Because when you go into a job, you don't go into the job wanting to be paid under the table because you want to know that you're going to have security for your future as you get older. So a lot of these governments have been, a lot of these agencies or jobs have been getting away with paying them less, paying them under the table, and then just sliding it around the corner that they're an undocumented immigrant. And so because of that, they've been getting away with it for so many years. But I think that there are people that would, in fact, do some of these jobs that some people claim, oh, if we send them home or send them out of the U.S., that these jobs will not get completed. Give U.S. citizens a chance to actually want to do these jobs. I mean, it happened here. Oh, it happened there in Florida. Okay, yeah. But yeah, y'all, we'll see what happens with that. I would definitely keep my ear to the streets about everything that is going on within the Trump administration. But what I will say is that this man is not playing. He told y'all what he's going to do, and it's happening. So let's move on to the next topic, okay? East High School in Denver, y'all, check this out, is being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education as of Tuesday for allegedly discriminating against women and girls by converting a female bathroom to an all-gender bathroom. What do y'all think about that? My God protect you, my dear. I wish you a happy night. Thank you so much, Rami. Same to you. Thank you so much. That was on the horizon. I knew that was going to happen. My whole thought process is this. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we allowing for something that God put into place since the beginning of time, man, woman? That's the only two genders on the planet. When a woman is pregnant and she gives birth, the doctor looks between the baby's legs and says, you have a girl or you have a boy. It does not say, let's see how this baby feels on the inside before we determine what it is that you have. And I just feel like we as a world and a nation has gone straight down the trash in the toilet with all of these speculations about who do you think that you really are. It's a demonic influence in the world, and it's just ridiculous. Now y'all taking it into these high schools, and y'all up here saying, oh, we're not going to have a women's bathroom, we're going to have an all-gender bathroom. It's all cool until something goes down in that bathroom, okay, that is going to be really heinous and ridiculous, that is going to cause a person to have a lifetime of issues. Yuli said, couldn't they build in a bathroom a general bathroom? They could, and I don't understand why they can't do that if they want to take this route, right? But I think they want to send a message as in this is the generation of time that we're living in. We don't want to discriminate. They're trying to turn this situation for a bathroom of all gender into, if you don't allow for any gender to go in there because we don't know how they feel on the inside, as discrimination or as blocking their civil rights. It's neither. Okay, they need to stop putting this LGBT community into the civil rights. It's not a civil rights issue. If you want to be man, woman, cow, pig, whatever, that's your prerogative. But why then do you have to come into our school system where these kids need to be preparing for adulthood? Now you're putting in their face that, well, how do you feel on the inside? Instead of telling them you are a woman, little girl, or young woman, you are a man, boy, or young man. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. It's just absolutely ridiculous. This is why, me and my husband want to have another child, right? And these type of issues that are coming up on the horizon makes me really nervous about being a parent again, or bringing a child into the world again, because it's so much that they are doing to our children to ensure that their demonic agenda is going to continue for the future. And it's unreal. Like, if they ban something today, okay, they said there's no more gay in the US, right? You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, well, I'm straight. You're still going to be gay. So why is it that you now have to have everybody on your terms, on your side, doing things the way y'all want them to be done in order for you to feel a sense of being in that gayness? I don't know what other way to say it. And so I'm just kind of like, this to me was troubling. These young people are in high school. Let them be children. Children's innocence is stripped away at an alarming rate these days. It's just like they go to school and learn about something that I may have wanted to tell them about. But no, the school feels like, well, now we have to have inclusivity and we have to tell them about these things that I, as a parent, might not have wanted to talk to them about for another 3 years. So now I have to fast forward it and prepare myself to talk to my child about something that these schools are putting in their face. It's unreal and it's not fair. When do the government get to decide when we tell our children about certain things? It's unreal. And let me tell y'all what this spokesperson said for the school district. I don't know who the heck he is, but if we ever have another vote or whatever it is, he needs to get out. Okay, and this school system is in Denver, so I wouldn't be able to vote. So Denver residents, y'all do y'all big one, right? Okay, so his name is Scotty Pripple. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Pripple. Okay, he's a spokesperson for the school district. He told NBC 9 News that the change was aimed at allowing more kids to use the same bathroom for the sake of convenience. How is that convenient? If you got a female bathroom and you got a male bathroom, just go to the one that you need to go to. He's talking about some it's for convenience. No, it's for y'all crooked, demonic, wicked agenda that you are trying to push on our children. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because you could just go to the bathroom and use the bathroom that you were assigned at birth. Now, I'm not saying that ain't no high school kids that's walking around in full drag. It may be. I haven't been in a high school in a while, okay? I haven't. However, it just should be, the rule just should be whatever gender you were assigned at birth, that's the bathroom you go to. What difference, I'm trying to, can somebody please tell me what difference does it make the bathroom you go to? Say I felt like, okay, say I wanted to be a man. Yuli says even his name is, his name is messed up. It's messed up. So say I'm going to have a transition. I'm going to be a man, right? Okay, I'm transitioning and everything like that. However, I still know that I'm a woman. So I go in the woman's bathroom. What's the big deal? What is the big deal? I have seen women come in the bathroom at my job that look like a full-on man. But they know they're a woman. If I gotta pee, I'm not gonna be at the bathroom like, ooh. What? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant or naive to this topic, right? Not naive, but ignorant to the topic. Maybe I don't know everything that I need to understand and know. And I'm not against sitting down and having a conversation with anyone who wants to speak on this topic in a very adult way. However, my point of view is, whatever you was born as, that's the bathroom you go to. That's my point of view. So anyway, y'all, let's move on to the next topic. But yeah, we gotta pray for our kids because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Super Bowl. Y'all, my team lost. My team lost. The Commanders played the Eagles last Sunday. They lost by a lot. The score was like 24 to 55. I was devastated because we were this close to being in the Super Bowl. And if you're a Commanders fan and you love this team like I do, you know it has been a long time coming since this team has been in the Super Bowl or even close. Okay, but they lost. So now the Super Bowl is going to be February 10th, and it's going to be Eagles versus Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sick of Kansas City. I'm sick of seeing them in the Super Bowl. I don't want to see Taylor Swift pasty face on the screen, fake swag surfing that she don't even know how to do, her and her whole family. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. However, I don't like either one of the teams. So I'm not even going to say I'm rooting for one over the other, okay? If I do watch the Super Bowl, it'll be just for me to be around people and watch a game and have some nachos and wings or something. That'd be the only reason that I would even remotely watch it. But I don't like none of the teams, so let's move on. Move on to the next one. This story, y'all, is quite interesting. This one right here is quite interesting because I was very much for the Lyft drivers. So let's get into it. So there's a Detroit rapper named Dank Damas. Okay, she is a female. Okay, now she files a discrimination lawsuit against a Lyft driver for allegedly refusing her service due to her size. Now, y'all have to see this lady. When we get off, I can't wait until I get my StreamYard set up so I can show y'all pictures on the screen. That's coming very soon in February. So y'all have to see this lady, right? This lady looks like she could be on my 600-pound life. She is huge. Now she goes and books a Lyft. This Lyft, they didn't show the whole car, but they showed a part of the car. So it looks like it's a sedan. You mean to tell me you're going to bring your big old tail out here and think you're going to get in a sedan? Ma'am, if you know you are big, that you're large and in charge, why didn't you book a truck? I don't understand people. At the end of the day, I'm not body shaming nobody or nothing like that. But this lady easily looked like she was pushing 600 pounds. And you want to go get in a Lyft car that's the size of a sedan. Ma'am, you need to get your big old tail in a truck. Now, that's like me saying, I like this shirt, but it's in a small. So I'm going to go take this shirt and put it on. No, ma'am, I don't wear a small. So this lady is up here real life about to sue Lyft and sue the driver because she came out and the driver didn't even say nothing reckless to her. All the driver said was, my car is too small for you. That's it. And she knew it. Y'all have to see this lady. If y'all have not seen her, go to Instagram, go to Shade Room on Instagram and look it up. I'm telling y'all, when y'all see the size of this lady, y'all would have been like, oh no, ma'am. She wouldn't have been in my car either, okay? But I'll let y'all know what happened with that, if she actually going to follow through with this lawsuit or if she actually is going to win this lawsuit, because real talk, I mean, you are allowed to refuse services. Like sidebar, okay, so when I used to do Uber, right? I was doing Uber one time and Uber started letting people bring their dogs in Uber rides. I don't understand why that is, because not only do we have to pick up people that have dogs, we might pick up someone that is allergic to animals. Even if you clean your car out and everything after the dog gets out, the dog could still have some hair lingering in your car, okay? So this was when I first had moved to Atlanta, okay? This is a sidebar from this Lyft lawsuit story. So when I moved to Atlanta, I first moved here, I was doing Uber, and one day I was driving to pick up a customer. While I was on my way to driving to pick up the customer, the lady calls me, okay? And I'm like, yes, ma'am, how are you? I'm your driver, I'm on my way to you. She lets me know that she has a dog with her. Would that be okay? So I then let her know, ma'am, I don't mind transporting you, but I would not prefer to have a dog in my vehicle. Now, this was a Caucasian lady. I could tell by the way she, interacted with me on the phone. So she goes and says, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just book another ride. I said, okay, cool. I'm thinking we cool and copacetic after that it was no issues. Fast forward, a couple of days later, Uber sends me a message and says that they are investigating my account for discrimination. And I'm like, discrimination on who? So I'm thinking back trying to figure out who did I discriminate against, right? And so they go and tell me that they give me a phone call, and the man on the phone was very pleasant. He goes and tells me that this lady has called them and filed a complaint against me that I discriminated against her and her dog. I said, I don't even freaking know that daggone dog. And I said, I don't know her either. How the heck you gonna say I discriminated against you? I just said I prefer not to have animals in my car. However, Uber didn't take it that way. After they heard my side of things, and I did not say it in the way that I just said it to you all, I did speak very adult and very, proper. However, they did not see it my way. So Uber decided to deactivate my account indefinitely. So I could no longer do Uber at all. Even if I'm 80 years old and I say I want to do Uber, they would not let me do Uber again, which I think is jacked up off of this lady lying on me. Okay, so I understand Lyft and Uber, you are drivers and you are kind of like a taxi cab service. However, you can refuse somebody's ride if you want to. Like if I see a drunk person walking down the street, that's going to be a refusal because you're not throwing up in my car, because I have already had that experience happen to me and I didn't want it to happen again. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know what happened with that. This lady know that she needs to sit her tail down somewhere and stop trying to just get paid. You were too big for that person's car. You should have known that you was that big and stop trying to be in denial. You should have got a Lyft truck or something, pay the extra money. But anyway, y'all, let's move on. And I never even heard of her. They said she's a rapper. I might go look her up when I get off of here. But at the end of the day, child, you were too big for the car. And it is what it is. Let's move on to the next topic, y'all, which is going to be a healthcare worker went viral on TikTok for twerking on her disabled patients while administering medication. Y'all, when you see the girl, okay, you're going to understand. She's a young looking girl and she's probably like a CNA or something in the healthcare field, just brand new. And she's one of them people that is obsessed with posting and doing all type of crazy, heinous things on TikTok. And she just decided to take advantage of disabled patients and do something so stupid like this. Her name is Krisha Maui, and I guess that's her name on TikTok. But at the end of the day, you're an idiot, and I hope she loses her job off of this. What if that was your family member that she has all on TikTok twerking on them and stuff, and the family member is sitting in the back disabled waiting for their medication, and she up here trying to make a video? If that was my family member and I saw her twerking on my disabled family member, let me tell you something. The way I would have been to that hospital where she worked or that facility where she worked, I would have been there absolutely quick. And not only that, she would have got sued and the facility sued, because who are y'all hiring? Child, I just cannot. That was just the stupidest thing. So they arrested this girl and gave, I think they arrested her, yes, because she had a mugshot. Child, when she took that wig off, child, she was spotty, bald, all type of stuff was going on up under there. And I was like, and see, that's what happens when you do stupid stuff and act ugly. So y'all, I will keep y'all posted on what happens with this particular story. These younger adults need to understand how to conduct themselves in the workplace, okay? And the workplace needs to do a better job of vetting some of these young adults that are coming fresh out of these certification programs and out of college, because we don't need somebody that just wants to be a TikTok sensation overnight doing heinous things at their job. Like, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, I keep y'all posted on that story if anything else surfaces about it, okay? Happy birthday goes out to Rick Ross, okay? He turned 49 years old, and happy birthday also goes out to J. Cole. Both of their birthdays was yesterday. I don't know how old J. Cole turned. Both of them are rappers if you do not know who they are. And I know Rick Ross 49, J. Cole. I don't know how old J. Cole is. If y'all know, replay watchers and live watchers, drop it in the comments. A happy birthday to them. Both their birthdays were yesterday. Okay. Moving on to the next topic, another topic on Trump, okay? Trump has placed a temporary pause on government funding, okay? But recently, before the funding pause freeze went into effect, a judge by the name of Lauren L. Atkin, I think that's her name, put a pause on it minutes before it was scheduled to take effect, okay? The freeze will be blocked until February 3rd. What y'all think about that? Now, this is my whole issue with that. The funding that was paused, for example, these fundings were things like Medicaid, food stamps, different things like that, like certain funding that the government has been, spending money on. Now, I am not heartless, right? I'm not saying that people don't need the assistance from the government. My issue is that people who have been on government assistance for like 20 plus years, government assistance is supposed to be for a point in time when you need it. Right? That's what it's supposed to be. Like when I was younger and I was a new mother and I had my daughter and I wasn't making as much money. I was serving at a restaurant, but I had my daughter, I applied for food stamps. I applied for medical assistance, and I applied for money from the government. And I got all three of those things. However, I only stayed on it for a temporary period of time. I think I was on it maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe. And then after that, I was off of it, and so that's what's supposed to happen with government assistance. You're not supposed to stay on Section 8 forever. You're not supposed to stay on food stamps and all of this forever. You're supposed to want to aim to do better. And that is my problem with the Democratic Party in large, is that they make people feel like that you are only going to be middle class or poor. And that's all that Kamala, when she ran, talked about. I want to work for the middle class and poor. Well, ma'am, the middle class and poor, there's more people in the world than just the middle class and poor. Not only that, what message are you sending to the middle class and poor? That they should only try to aim to be middle class at the max? Like, that's ridiculous. So I believe that while Trump can be radical in some of the things that he does, I think that he looks at the bigger picture. We are in a point something trillion dollar deficit in the US. How do you get out of a deficit? You have to start cutting the costs, scaling back, paying some things that maybe you owe, certain things like that. Like, there has to be something put in place for you to get out of the deficit. So him wanting to freeze it, and it only said that he was freezing or pausing it for a moment. Maybe he wanted to pause it so that his administration can sit down and work up some type of plan to unpause the government funding, right? But everyone goes into this frenzy and they only see, oh my God, he's taking the resources. I'm like, okay, if y'all would stop thinking with emotions and really think for a moment that we need to have some type of order brought back to the U.S. because it has been disorganized for a long period of time. And it's going to cause some things that doesn't taste right and doesn't feel right to happen in order for order to be reinstated back into the U.S. And so with that comes some harsh decisions that may have to be made. But because people don't like him, no matter what he does, they cannot think past the fact that he's doing something so heinous and ridiculous. But my mindset is different from other people, right? The way that I think, the way that I view things and everything is different. I kind of lean towards a mindset of seeing things on two different spectrums. Like, I can see where this is beneficial for the US, but I can also see where maybe Trump should have did a more strategic plan where it happened in phases instead of doing it all at once, you know? So that's the way I think. That's the way I operate. But there's a lot of people that look at things that Trump has done and they look at it as being the worst possible thing. He's the worst possible person. Why would he do this? Why would he do that? Blah, blah, blah. But if you take a step back and take your emotions out of it and you break down everything that he's trying to do, like the deportations, right? These people have broken a crime within our country. So are we supposed to allow people that have broken a crime in our country to continue to stay in our country, even if they're the nicest, kindest people, even if they have made a living and a life here? We have to restore law and order, right? We can't just let people run amok. We can't just let things run amok and be out of control, right? We have to have some type of strategic law and order, right? So with the deportation thing, it's not that he's being a heartless individual and this is what's happening. And this is all my thoughts, my viewpoints, my perspective, right? Y'all could drop in the comments if y'all feel something totally different and we can talk about it and we can be respectful to one another. However, I feel that some of the things that he's doing could have been done maybe in a more strategic way. Maybe it could have been done in a time period. Maybe deporting people, he could have gave people, now criminals, reckless people, get them out of here ASAP, ASAP. But people who have built a life, who have families, who have certain things going on, maybe they could have been given like maybe 6 months, 8 months to get their proper paperwork in place so that they can stay in the US and continue to thrive. And if they don't have it done by the end of a certain time frame, then they have to be, sent back to their native land, right? And it's crazy because I've heard some talks that some of the native lands are not even trying to accept individuals. Now, what Trump has did, he had to go to the table with Colombia and he had to talk some business, right? So he stopped the tariffs on Colombia, right? In order for Colombia to take the people that are here illegally back to their native land. Now, some people may be saying that's messed up. Why would he do that? Listen, it was business. He's a businessman at the end of the day. He had to scratch a back to get something done, which all presidents do that. You know what I'm saying? Even the illustrious Obama that everyone loves. Y'all think that he was able to pass Obamacare or whatever, that's the name that they give it, without it being some back scratching? He had to scratch some backs to get that pushed the way he wants to get it pushed. So it happens with all the presidents, right? But people have to stop thinking emotional and start thinking logical. But because, see, if Trump was Obama, for example, and he was doing this, people would make excuses for why this is a good thing. But because Trump is Trump and people don't like him, they're just saying everything he's doing is bad. This is bad. Why is he doing this? And the media is having a field day and a frenzy because they are going to paint everything he's doing in a bad light, no matter what it is. He could say, I'm going to give all the U.S. citizens, I'm going to start building houses for all the citizens all over the U.S., if you are 30 and up or something like that. They would take that and run with it and say it's a bad thing. So when people don't like you, no matter what you do, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And I'm not a fan of every single strategy that Trump is doing. I don't agree with some of the ways that he's doing it. I think it could have been a little bit more thought out and properly done. However, these are things that do need to be done. And maybe he looked at it as like, listen, this has been an ongoing issue for 8 years since the Democrats have controlled things and everything like that. So, we got to come out of our emotions. We really, really do. And we got to look at the bigger picture. We're in debt. And so if to get out of debt, you're going to have to stop spending. And he had to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? So People ain't gonna even like what I see, okay? People gonna be looking, replay watchers. I know some people may come across this video and be like, oh, she got the nerve, blah, blah, whatever. You know, again, these are my viewpoints. This is not facts on these particular issues. However, yeah, we have to stop as a people being emotional and look at what's beneficial for our country and the future of our country, okay? We don't want to be no country that's in debt, lending out money to all these other countries, and we can't even help our own citizens. Like, that's not cool. Charity starts at home. But anyway, y'all, let's go over the topics that I have spoke about today. Thank you all for joining me. If you have liked this lunchtime language, I do this each and every week. Go ahead and make sure you like this video and comment in the comment section which topic was interesting to you, and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. Okay, so lunchtime language. Multiple people, these were the topics that I touched on. Multiple people were killed in India during one of their sacred gatherings, a religious gathering. A river bank broke and it killed 35 people or more and injured 20 people with minor injuries. We talked about President Trump cracking down on the immigration, that raids were breaking out throughout the country. We also talked about East High School in Denver is being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education for discrimination against women and girls by covering the female bathroom to all gender bathroom. We also talked about I'm sorry, y'all. We also talked about the Super Bowl, which is going to be on February 10th. Eagles versus Kansas City. We talked about the Detroit rapper Dank D. Moss, which is suing Lyft after allegedly refusing her service due to her size, and she is a large woman. Y'all gotta look her up. We also talked about a healthcare worker that TikTok video went viral of her twerking on disabled individuals. We talked about happy birthday to Rick Ross and J. Cole on yesterday. We also talked about Trump placing a pause on government funding and it being unpaused by Judge Lauren Aiken, I think that's how you pronounce her name, until February 3rd. Okay, so I guess once the 3rd comes, then Trump's plan to freeze the funding is going to kick back up, or it's going to go into effect. I don't know, but I will keep you all abreast on that particular topic and issue, y'all. I do this every week, okay? So if I left out something and you all know of a topic, you can definitely drop it in the comments and let me know, and we can talk about it and, you know, have a conversation about it, okay? I love y'all so much. I hope y'all have a awesome and wonderful Wednesday. I will be coming out on Friday doing a review of my 600-pound life for the episode that comes on tonight. It comes on TLC at 8 o'clock. I'm actually about to go take my last little nap before I got to go to work. So I don't know if I'm going to see that particular episode on the airing night. However, I will be here on Friday to review my 600-pound life. Okay, if you like that, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel and put your notification buttons on. Okay, I love y'all so much. Until we meet again. Bye.